Okay, for this particular lesson today, we are going to learn about contour line drawing. And what we're going to start off with is called blind contour line drawing. Then we're going to move to modified. Sixth graders, you've already done this, but we are going to start off the year doing this again as well, just to get caught up because I didn't get to see you as much as I wanted to last year. Fifth grade, this should be completely new to you. So there are two basic rules to blind contour line drawing. Rule number one. You cannot pick up your pen or your marker. You are not allowed to draw with a pencil because you would try to erase things, and that's not what I want you to do. I want you to work with either an ink pen or a very skinny marker. Doesn't matter what color, up to you. Second rule is you cannot look at your paper. Now you may be thinking, wait, what do you mean I can't look at my paper? Well, technically, a lot of times when we're drawing, we spend too much time staring at our paper and not paying attention to the object that we need to look at. So that's why as soon as the pen hits the paper or your marker, you cannot pick it up. You cannot look at your paper either. And I'm going to show you how to do that, and we'll get to that in just a second. Okay, so we are now going to start our first example of blind contour line drawing. Now what we're going to draw is your hand. And the reason we're going to do our hand is because you can pose it any way you want. And what I want to focus on is when I'm drawing, I'm going to draw this. So how I'm going to work is contour line drawing means I'm going to go around the edge with my eye slowly. The key to this is to go as slow as possible. And then I'm going to continue down here, and then I'm going to come up here and around here and do the following, and that's how I'm going to go around it. I want to go very slow, and as my eye moves, I need my pen to move at the same time. Again, it's going to be very slow, and you want to pay attention to as much detail as you can. All the little bumps and the cracks and the imperfections of your finger is what we're looking for, because no finger is perfectly simple and even like this. We don't have fingers that go like that. So we want to try and get the actual details of your finger. So I'm going to start off super slow. I'm going to stop for a second, and then I'm going to speed it up just to get through you so you don't have to spend the time watching me. So again, once I hit the board, I am not going to pick up my pen. And what I'm doing right now is I'm going at the bottom of my thumb. And I'm drawing each individual part of my finger, all the little nooks and crannies. Okay, I'm going to stop there. That is just a small section of my thumb. And now I'm going to continue. Again, that's how slow you want to go. Now I'm going to go a little bit faster. Okay, now, I know that does not look super exactly real, but guess what? That's truly what my thumb looks like. That's the idea. It's not meant to be precise. It's meant to be funny. Have a laugh at it. Have an enjoyable time with it. And the fire alarm is going off, so I got to get out of here. Okay, sorry for that interruption. Now, on my finger, again, when you do this, you want to do the entire hand. Now, how much time you should be spending is about 2 to 3 minutes. If you get done with your hand before that 2 or 3 minute time period is up, if you can actually set a timer, that would be great. If you're at home, you can maybe use your phone. Then start another one, okay? But you need to go very slow. Now, again, I went kind of fast, and in here, the faster you go, the more imperfect your hand's going to be, or your fingers when you're drawing them. Again, these are the details that you really want to pick up when you're doing it correctly. And slow is the name of the game. And again, when you watched, I never had to look at the board because I don't have to. Your paper's not going to move on you. Keep that pen on the paper. Take your time. Go slow. So for this, for you guys at home, I'd like you to do 5 different drawings of your hand. And you can pose your hand in all different ways. Just always try and do a different version. And that is blind contour line drawing. I'm going to get rid of the board, and then we're going to talk about modified contour lining in just a second. Okay, so now we're going to do modified contour lining, and what we're going to do now is we're going to draw a shoe. Just simple and easy. Take your shoe off, put it right in front of you. Same rules apply. You can't pick up your pen or your marker, but now you can actually look at the paper. But when I do my example, I'm going to show you when I look at the board, I'm not going to draw anything new. I'm going to retrace my original line. I'm always going to come back and look at the shoe, which I'm going to have set up over here off to the side. I'm always going to keep my eye on this when I draw. But I will look at the board to make sure I'm in the right spot, to retrace a line to get where I need to go. And size is important. You need to make it big. I'd rather see, here's the thing. If you make this so big that we only get this part of the shoe, and we only see that part, it would be a lot easier because you don't have to draw as much. So make it big, use the entire piece of paper. So I'm gonna start from the top of the shoe here, and I'm gonna work my way here. There goes the fire alarm again. I hope it's another false alarm. And then I'm gonna work my way this way. I'm not gonna do it all the way. I'm gonna work from a section. From here, just draw little sections at a time and repeat and come back and retrace my lines. Now I look at the board, I retrace my line to make sure I get back to where I wanna go. I retrace my line, come back up to make sure I'm in the right spot. Retrace my line, come back in here. And then I can always retrace and get back to the point I need to get to continue my drawing. Now I'm going to come all the way back over here. I'm actually putting in part of the, not the stitching, but some of the parts of the shoe. And then I have part of the tongue in here. Come all the way back up and around. You don't have to worry about drawing the laces, they're just too crazy. If you want to, you can actually look at your paper to draw the laces. And here's where the Adidas part comes in. Now, if you notice, my shoe is going all the way off the paper, which is what I wanted. So I'm not seeing the entire part of the shoe, I'm just seeing parts of the shoe. And there is my large shoe. I've used the entire piece of paper. I have these parts in here where that is, I have this part, I have this, and I got to right only there and it's going off the paper. That is how you do modified contour line drawing. So when you're doing your shoe, you're gonna do it twice. You're gonna do one on the front and one on the back. And usually, I'll tell you this, most times, 9 times out of 10, the first drawing comes out way too small. So again, the size is what I want you to pay attention to. Make it big. When you start your shoe, start at the top, come all the way down to the bottom. If you don't, I didn't try and shrink it to fit it on the paper. I just made it so big that it goes off the paper. So my shoe would continue way over here, and that's how big the actual shoe is. I know I got stopped over here. I'm not going to finish doing that because that's part of where all the laces were. But the size is what we're looking for. Can you fill up the entire piece of paper drawing a shoe? Again, modified. You can look at the board, at your paper, but don't draw anything. Just retrace your line. Keep your eyes on the prize, which is what you're drawing. Contour line drawing.